Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to demonstrate the WiseHigh plastic welding gun. So it uses a DEWALT battery, does not come with batteries, but uses the DEWALT 20-volt batteries. So that just pops in just like you would any other cordless tool. It's got a trigger, that's going to heat up the heating element. Comes with this nice carrying case with a razor knife and a pair of pliers to cut off the staples, and then 5 packages of staples. And the staples, there are 2 of them that are the same and 3 different ones there. You can see them here in this image, and there's 100 of each of them. So in terms of the staples, I had 2 boxes of this one here, 1 of the M shape, 1 of the regular staple shape, and 1 of this shape here. So plenty of staples included, and those are the containers that those came in. So the project that I have today is not the typical project that this tool is used for. I frankly hadn't heard of this tool before. It was offered to me to test out, and generally people use these to repair plastic on automobiles. That's the primary use case for them. You can also just heat the tips and smooth out plastic, or you can use these staples to repair cracks. So I coach my son's soccer team, or I'm the assistant coach, and we have this bench that held up for not even a full season. Kids are plopping down in it, playing around, horsing around. And so there's a stopper over here, this little plastic stopper that goes through the fabric down into this section here, and then held on with this screw. And I believe we've got some stripped out threads. We've got a crack here in the corner that's going to keep it from holding that in there tight. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of super glue on this, screw this back together, and then I'm going to use the plastic welder to drive some of these staples in there to tighten around that screw, and also around this plastic piece to hopefully hold that in whether they're jumping on it or not. That's the plan. That's what I'm going to try to do, so stick around. So there's a variety of types of staples. They have to go into this end piece here. I'm going to slide those in. It says to basically hold this down, hold your trigger. You can see it already heating up. Oh, and it's turned bright red. So now I'm going to push that down into the metal. You're supposed to use your pliers to hold it before you pull them off, which I did not do. Trim those. It's going to be important that I don't have any spot where kids can get hit with those pieces there. I'm not exactly sure if this is going to work or not, but we're trying it. And if nothing else, get an idea how this thing works. So far, kind of cool. I had no idea. All right, it's not pretty, but I think it's going to hold. All right, so as I said, it's not pretty, but I used the tool to try to smoothen out the plastic some more so there's no sharp edges on it. That seemed to work. I'm sitting in it right now, but the real test will be this coming soccer season. So I'm gonna let that cure, and we'll see how it goes this soccer season. I'm gonna try it on a few other things at home. Okay, so I'm on to my next project with the WiseHigh electric plastic welder. It's going to use my DEWALT battery. So I have two trash cans here. I have my recycling can and my primary trash can at home, and they've both been busted by mishandling, I guess, by the garbage men. So I'm gonna try to get this one to pop back out so it lines up. And then we're going to drive some staples into both of these cracks here and see if we can get a few more months, years, whatever, out of these things, because this one's getting pretty bad. And it's already busted so much, this handle is busted out. So I think these things are going to do a nice job of sealing that up, better than my last example, I believe. So I'm going to set a few of these out here because I think I'm going to be able to go pretty quickly too. I'll come back and snip them afterwards. But again, all you're doing is putting the staple ends in there so that when you press it, they're going to heat up and turn bright red. You can see them smoking already. So I don't know if I had them too hot before because I kind of had some flames on it on that example, but let's see what we get here. Well, I like this. I think this is going to be handy to have. That looks more like the use case you would have on a fender or something. So I'm just basically creating some strength by putting in a metal staple. So I'm gonna get that camera down here a little closer for you. So we have our staple. I'm gonna heat it up. Set it in there, and we'll come back and we'll clip off the end of those staples. There are different shapes. For different angles, like inside angles, outside corners, stuff like that. This looks like the right one for closing a gap like that. This is cool. So then it's just a matter of coming back in and snipping each of these, which I'm going to get something to hold on to them so they don't fly around. So I don't want these staples flying all over my garage. So what I'm doing is getting a hold of them, throwing this styrofoam on it so that it catches it in the styrofoam. So they're not super flush. I'm gonna see if I can smooth things out at all here. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. Definitely a little rough. So it looks like you could potentially then hit that with something to sand it down, but I'll have to figure out how to handle those metal pieces that are still left. There's some cleanup to be done. I'll have to look at some other videos. Not bad. So let's see if it's going to work over here. I'm just going to throw a couple in and finish it later. I just want to see how well it works on this different plastic. It's a much thicker plastic here. I'm gonna go deeper in. Looks like it's gonna work well. I think these things are going to last a lot longer now with that little staple in it. Anyway, don't know if you've ever seen one of these before. Hopefully that was kind of an interesting new thing to check out. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.